What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. I completely forgot the month of February only has got 28 days, so it's going to be tier list central for the next few days. Like, today is 22nd, you're getting budget players, you're probably getting opals tomorrow, pink diamonds Thursday, and then Saturday maybe you guys are going to be getting diamonds. But yeah, like, it is well and truly tier list central, and the 1st of March obviously is going to be the L point guard tier list. So yeah, it's going to be tier list central the next couple of days on the channel. But I do appreciate all the support in the channel recently. We've just hit 291,000 or 281,000 subscribers. I wish it was 291. We're not out here. Well, we're not HTB right here with 291k. But again, if you guys could subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you enjoy my team content, we're trying to hit 300,000 by NBA 2K23. But anyway, let's get on to it. I can guarantee you I've forgotten somebody. I've set the price for budget cards at around like 15 to 20k. I have forgotten players. I know for a fact I have, because I have not searched every individual one. There are definitely players on this list that are a little bit under, that are under 50, or players not on this list that are under 15k, that have recently gone under 15k, that are better than guys in this list. I'm just putting it out there right now. These are just the ones that I knew of for sure. And I knew, again, AK, I saw him at like 17.5k, so I was like, you know what? Because of how good he is, I'm just going to put him on the list. Aaron Gordon. As far as budget players go, look, Aaron Gordon's probably C tier. He's not a bad player. Like, he's really, really not a bad player. He's a decent shooter. He's a pretty good defender. The thing is, he doesn't really have any weaknesses. In terms of his strengths, I wouldn't like be going out of my way and saying that he is... I wouldn't like be going out of my way saying that he's like this god in game, but at the same time, he's just solid. The guy is not as good at everything in my team. Where you're not, again, looking at a guy who's going to dominate a game, but we're looking at a guy who's going to hold his own. Al Harrington. I'm going to put Al Harrington a tier lower. You know, Al Harrington can really shoot. He can really shoot. No, I'm going to swap. I'm going to move Aaron Gordon to B. I'm going to move Al Harrington to C. He can really shoot, but that's really it. He doesn't do much else other than straight up shoot the ball. Like, that's just about what he does. Like, he's got that mellow base. I think he's got even mellow base on quick. He's got that off range, but he's just a shooter. He doesn't really move that well. He doesn't play good defense. He does not do much else. He's going to shoot well. Bargnani. Bargnani's B or C tier as far as budget players go. There aren't that many like really, really cheap centers, but Bargnani is he's an interesting one because he's actually got mediocre speed. Like, his speed is in the 70s. He's basically like, he's like a Brook Lopez type player. I don't mind Stoudemire base, but he is very, very comparable to a Brook Lopez type. And again, I know people are probably saying that like that's a bad thing there, but I don't really think so. I think calling him a Brook Lopez type player is probably like, he's a worse Brook Lopez. It's probably the best way to describe him. He's not a bad player at all. But again, it's not like he's out here. He's an absolutely incredible card. So now we are going for Andrei Kirilenko S. Look, the only reason Andrei Kirilenko would not be an S tier is if you don't consider him a budget player. Like, that's simply it. If you do not consider Andrei Kirilenko to be a budget player, then he is not S tier. If you consider him to be a budget player, then he is absolutely no-brainer S tier in this game. A brilliant player. Like, one of the best shooters in the game. Can move a little bit. Shoots the lights out. Blocks a ton of shots. He's good. Man, he's just all around good. Then we have got Wiggins. I think Wiggins... I'm going to put Wiggins in B. He might get moved up to A. It's all said and done, Wiggins might get moved up to A. The guy is still solid. 6'8" wing. Plays really solid defense. And it's just an all-around decent card. Like, it's not like he's the greatest card we've ever seen in my team, but he's not bad. And it's just all-around game. All-around game's pretty nice. Then we got Bill Russell. He's either high B or low A. Looking through this here, I'm going to put Bill Russell in... I'm going to put him in A. As far as really cheap centers go, there aren't that many really cheap centers. I would still probably advise people just to go and get Kristaps. Like, for me, Kristaps is still probably the best player to use in this scenario. Kristaps is... I would go out of my way to get Kristaps before I would pay, say, 10k for someone like a Bill Russell, 10, 15k. But Bill Russell, again, decent shooter. If you can get used to his release, good, but a really good defender. Diaw. I think Diaw's... He's either at Aaron Gordon level or a slight bit below Aaron Gordon. I'm going to put him in B, but... Maybe he's lower. Maybe he's lower. Buddy Hield S. Buddy's so damn good. Oh my god. Like, as far as budget players go, there is nobody that creates. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, that creates at that 2-guard position like Buddy Hield on a budget. Forget about Tyler Hero. I mean, him and Tyler Hero are similar, but he's way better in defense than Tyler Hero. And has a way better player build. Kobe on quick, shifty dribble style, handle it, good behind the back. I'm telling you, lads, Buddy Hield he's absolutely elite. Cedric Ceballos. I'm going to move some people down tiers. I'm going to move Bargnani down a tier. I'm going to move Ceballos. I don't like... If Ceballos had a... I don't even mind base 10. I just don't like Cedric Ceballos. I don't think he moves well in game. His defense and dunking stats are immaculate for what he is. He's got an absolutely brilliant defensive stats for a Ruby. But the more I use the guy... Let's move up a tier. I've tried him out a few times. I just don't like him. I just really don't like him. Villanueva. Charlie V is just like Al Harrington. He's like a worse Al Harrington. He's taller though. But yeah, he's not really not up to much. Again, he can shoot when he's wide open. He's one of the fastest releases in the game. Like, if you leave Al Harrington open and you just throw the ball to him and he shoots, he will not miss. Like, again, I made a video saying he got like the fast release in the game. He does. He's got mellow and quick, one of the fast releases in the game, but still think C tier. Birdman could be pushing S. As far as budget, as far as centers go, Birdman, nah, he's not the best, but I mean, Birdman's good. Birdman's a lot better than Bill Russell. He really is. Like, he shoots the ball way better than Bill because he's got that really nice Jazz Petrovic release. He blocks shots well. His player build is huge in game. He's got interceptor, high steal. Telling you, man, Birdman's good. Chuck Nevitt. He's 7'5", so I cannot put the guy in worthless here. He's not worthless, but he's not very good. He's really not very good in game. Obviously his defense is going to be okay. Interior, he's just a giant. He's honestly just a giant. And there is a way better giant coming up later. Like, he can mash people, but like, he's so slow. He can't really move. Like, I'm going to put him in this tier. I mean, if you want to put him in a higher tier, fair enough. But that's for me. That is the tier that he belongs in. I personally believe that he does belong down here in D tier. Coutinho Mobley. I mean, maybe the best shooter in all of my team. I'm going to go B tier. Coutinho Mobley doesn't offer much else except shooting. But like, when you are potentially the best at something, and like that includes Steph Curry, that includes like a lot of other things. Like, that includes a lot of our shooters. I still think purely catch and shoot, like, he might be the best. So I have to put in at least B. DeJounte, at this stage in the game, DeJounte's D tier. Look, he's like a way worse version of Markelle Fultz. He's not worthless, but he's not great. Derek Anderson. Oh, this is a tough one. Like, I'm putting two of Derek Anderson, Tyler Hero, and Buddy Hield in S tier. I think just because of price-wise. Because price has to be taken into account with budget players. I think Derek Anderson is better than Buddy Hield, but I think Buddy Hield is way cheaper. And Buddy Hield is 1200 MT. Derek Anderson's about 10k. So, they're so close, though. They are so close that I'm deciding to use price as the factor here. Devin Vassell, he shoots. Simple as that. Simple as that, lads. Devin Vassell will play a bit of defense, and he will shoot wide open. So, now we are on to DiVincenzo. I don't like DiVincenzo that much, which is a bit of a surprise because I thought that I would have really, really liked Dante DiVincenzo. Like, he's okay. He really is okay. He'll shoot when he's wide open. That's kind of really it. His defense is decent. He's not the greatest dunker. He just doesn't move that well with the ball. So, yeah, I'm gonna put him in D tier. Draymond A. I still really like Draymond. I still think Draymond is genuinely a good card in my team. I think that he can play great defense. He passes the ball well, and he's got that behind the back, so you can just run around spamming that if you want. A fantastic player. So, yeah, I'm gonna go A tier. I'm gonna go A tier for him. Then we got Drazen Petrovic. Look, Drazen's he's on that Mobley level. He can kind of play defense and he'll shoot the lights out. So, it is what it is. B tier. Yeah, let's go B tier. I like Drazen though. Dwight's so fast. Dwight is so fast. Dwight has to go B tier. He's basically a pink diamond except minus a few half badges. This Ruby Dwight Howard can still hold his own. But yeah. Like, he's gonna have to go here. He's gonna have to go here. But now we've got Eddie Jones. I think Eddie Jones is B. Eddie Jones is B at this stage. Eddie Jones is gonna go B tier. He still has half interceptor. He still has the ability to shoot the ball. Did I drag up Eddie Jones? Where did I leave him? He is still B tier, but where the hell is Eddie Jones? I don't know where I left him. But Eddie Jones is B tier. Then we got Mikan. I mean, I would be tempted to put Mikan in S. I used this guy again a couple of days ago and I forgot how good he is. George Mikan is so chick. He's fast, got 86 speed, block shots, huge player build, sets big screens, dunks really well. George Mikan is in A tier and no question about it. Glenn Rice, I don't like Glenn Rice. I'm going to put him in B. I mean, he's a pink diamond. You're thinking he should be in A tier, but I'm going to put him in B. I'm going to change around some of these tiers. So, I'll move Nevin into Worth 97.5. I'm going to move Charlie V down. I'm going to move Al Harrington down. Eddie Jones is obviously going up. There he is. I'm going to move Diao down. I'm going to move Coutinho down. I'm going to move Drazen down one. I'm going to move Devin Vassell down one. Yeah, these tiers look a little bit better now. So then we have got Odin. I mean, Odin, you could argue, is the best player in A tier. And Odin's nice. Odin blocks shots. Odin's tall. He plays defense. The only problem with Greg Oden is that he doesn't really shoot the ball that well. Hito, I'm sorry. As far as these cards go, you're worthless. You can shoot leaners. That's about it. I don't know what they have done with Hito Turkoglu. I really do not know what they've done with Hito, but I do know what they've done. They gave the guy base 11. But I'm telling you, with the way Hito moves, if they give us a Hito with any release other than base 11, he's going to be God. And Jay Sean Tate, I think he's just too small to put in A tier. Jay Sean Tate is one of the best players in B tier, but if he was not 6'4", he'd be better. He's that little bit too small. Jeff Green, a super fast release, all around good player. I'm going to go high C tier. I think if you're asking me who I would take, Jeff Green or Gordon, I think I would take Gordon. I think I would take Wiggins as well, the 3. Jay Sean Tate's slightly better than him, but he's got a really nice reason. Again, a future Jeff Green can be a good card. Lin S. Jeremy Lin, as far as cheap point guards go, I mean, you're not getting that much better than Jeremy Lin. The guy will shoot the ball at an absolute elite rate. The guy moves well. He plays defense. He's got quick or shifty, one or the other. Decent behind the back, dunks it well. And Lynn's S. Wall is now A. Wall is really good. Wall is a step below Lynn. I will say that. John Wall is most definitely a step below Jeremy Lin. He's not that much worse than Lin, but he is a step below. And like, again, if you want to put Pink on Wall is kind of like the very edge of the price range, but this Wall's better value. Same card. Kuminga, D. 50 free throw. That is the big problem. When you've got a 50 rated free or 50 something rated free throw, you literally can just play hack track on the guy. It's so hard to make free throws with that low rating. Josh Smith, S. I said, like, Splash tweeted out what underused player that people aren't talking about do you think, does he think we'll see in 250? I think we see at least one person run Josh Smith. Lopez Bay's a really good release. The guy's got like an 80 something 3-ball, but his defense is immaculate. He's one of the best defensive cards in the game. He runs fast, he dunks. He's 6'9", so he's got height. I genuinely think power forward Josh Smith. Like, we were seeing guys pushing top 10 running him at center. So I genuinely do. I genuinely do think that him at S tier is, or I think we see him in 250. JT Thor, as much as I would love to put JT Thor in A tier, I think JT Thor is on a similar level to like an Aaron Gordon. He was cool for the gameplay. He's got a good release. He's got a really good player build. I think in future, if we get a JT Thor card, he's going to be God. This guy's not quite it. Kevin Porter Jr. Look, he's in my squad over Jeremy Lin, but he's not better than Jeremy Lin. Like, I'm looking through these point guards. You know what? I'm putting 2 point guards in S tier. Yeah, KPJ is going to go into S. KPJ is going to go into S tier. I think he's better than... I think Wall versus KPJ is so close at that point guard position. So we're going to have 2 per position. So we got one of these guys at the point. We got these 2 guys at the point. We got one of our 2 guards. So we're going to place 10 in S. Kirk Heinrich is good. Kirk Heinrich is going to go B tier. He's got a decent release. He's also got like quick, shifty or quick dribble style, one or the other. And he's also a decent shooter. Like, again, Kirk Heinrich is a player that's... He's not going to be like the greatest player in the world, but he's just going to be solid. He's going to be really solid. Not that point guard position. You can't ask for much more than the ability to lock down a player, the ability to hit an open jump shot. He can pass. He does everything. He doesn't dunk, but like, he's solid. He's really solid. And now, Kevin Porter Jr. go down 1. Kyrie Irving going to S. Look, do I run KPJ over both of them? Yes. The only reason I do that is because I run through my 2 guards and I literally do not do anything except shoot the ball at my point guards. That's all my point guards do. So KPJ for me plays better. But if you're asking me who is just a better card in a vacuum, like, it's Kyrie and Jeremy Lin are better. And again, you might be saying, oh, Kyrie's not a budget card. I'm pretty sure Kyrie's locker code is still available and he's literally free. I genuinely like this Kyrie. He's so much better than the Pink Diamond because he can dunk and plays way better defense. Or plays a bit better defense. And the ability to dunk is huge. Like, the ability to dunk is genuinely huge for a point guard because he gets safe dunks, so he very, very rarely gets blocked in them. And I don't know, I've used this Kyrie a lot. I've came up against him a lot, and I like him. I really do like him. And this is weird because I hated Diamond Kyrie. I tried to like Diamond Kyrie. I really tried to like Diamond Kyrie. I hated him, but I really like this Kyrie. I still think Lynn's better than Kyrie, but I think Kyrie is definitely the second best point guard. And then speaking of S tier, Lamar Odom getting to S tier. He's, unpopular opinion, Lamar Odom in game is, with gold range extender, plays as well as Paul George. Again, this is an unpopular opinion. This is like a weird DBG opinion, but I've used Lamar Odom with gold range, and he has felt as good to me as Paul George. I prefer Odom's player build. I prefer lefty releases. Obviously, Paul George is the better player. I'm not trying to argue that he's better than Paul George, but I'm trying to argue the fact that, like, some people might be able to prefer Odom to Paul George as just how good Lamar Odom is. Paul George, I'm pretty sure I put him either in or close to my best. I'm pretty sure I may have even put him in my best 10 players. Like, Lamar Odom was in that elite tier category, I'm pretty sure, in my just overall players, and he deserved it. He well and truly deserved it. Lamar Odom is a fantastic player who's a no-brainer S tier inclusion here. Aldridge, as far as centers go, he's the best center on this list. Like, unless you want to put Josh Smith at center, Lamar Odom, you're looking through here. There's no center. Sorry, not Lamar. Lamarcus Aldridge. Aldridge, people don't realize this with Aldridge. And I have not brought up 2KDB yet in this, but like this is one of the most underrated cards in the game. Let me explain why. So, you guys can see right here. You guys can see right here, LaMarcus Aldridge. There we go. So, Aldridge got 30 goals, 10 halves. But look at his stats. 84 speed, 84 acceleration, 93 ball. He's actually got, these defense stats aren't great, but they're not bad. Like 88 block, 88 interior. 79 lateral is not terrible for center. 77 steal is also not awful. He's got an unbelievable post-up and fadeaway. Got really good stamina. And he's at 92 strength, which is huge. He's obviously got most of his badges there in finishing, but he comes with like range. He gets Lopez base, so even though he doesn't have sniper, he's not going to shoot that many whites. He's got things like bailout, break starter, bullet, which are ideal for centers who rebound. And if you look at his defensive badges, he's got interceptor, he's got rim protector, he's got rebound chaser, he's got post lockdown. It's like badges you would want him to have. Maybe you'd want him to have clamps. Hey mess, but he has almost all the like key badges. But then animations, he's not going to dribble, but he has Lopez base with his own upper. And he's like fast, he can block shots. He runs the floor kind of well. Like he's one of the more underrated cards in the game. If not one of the most underrated cards in the game. He's, as far as cheap centers go, price he might be number 1. I hate Lonnie Walker. I hate him. Lou Will. Look, Lou Will's going to go C tier. Lou Will can move. Lou Will can move. Like he's a decent shooter. It's not like I don't really care when it comes to like it's a weird one because I've used him and I really like him. Like you could argue him in a lower tier, but screw it, I'm gonna put him here. Marcus Smart though is still gonna go into B tier. Marcus Smart is still really good. He's not gonna go A tier. He's nowhere close. You know what? Feck it. I was about to say he's nowhere close to John Wall. I'm like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. John Wall replaced Marcus Smart for me back before Christmas. His pink diamond barely made a dent on my team. Marcus Smart's still going A tier. Like, he's still got shifty or quick, one or the other. He's still got that unbelievably chicken release, silver range. Marcus Smart's going to go A tier. Like, he's a lot better than Kirk Heinrich. Markel Fultz. Markel Fultz, it pains me to put him in B tier. I really, really like Markel Fultz. I think his release is good. Problem is that, like, again, the guy isn't the greatest defender in the world. The guy doesn't move that well with the ball. It pains me to put... Markel Fultz is not as good as Marcus Smart and John Wall, but I really do like Fultz. Marvin Bagley. He's going A, but I mean, he might make S tier. I'm so high on Marvin Bagley, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, it makes no sense. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, that Sapphire card. There is no reason why I should like Marvin Bagley as much as I do. But for me, he's so good. In-game, he's so good. Jordan. Look, Jordan will play a bit of defense and can kind of shoot the ball. He's definitely not D tier. He's most definitely not D tier. But he's going to go C. He's no higher than C. Mikal Bridges, still B. And Mikal Bridges shoots the ball well. He plays lanes well. He's got a really nice player build. He'll guard balls sometimes. Like, look, is he at a similar level to Eddie Jones? Yeah, like, for how many budget squads? For about 2 months, I was using Eddie Jones and Mikal Bridges in every budget squad. But, yeah, he's a really decent card. Then we have got Mike Miller. Low A. Honestly, like, there are some people that swear by Mike Miller. Like, there are some people that absolutely swear by Mike Miller. He's honestly, like, he's going quick first step, high speed and stuff. For me, he just feels kind of slow. If he had a release that was on quick, he'll be insane. I do think later on in the year, because Mike Miller already has 95 driving dunk on his card, when we do get a pink diamond Opal Mike Miller, he's going to be god. I just have the weird feeling. Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin's going to go high B. He's not as good as his Opal, but he's pretty good. Like, if his Opal wouldn't be in anywhere near S tier. His Opal would be like a low A tier. Like, for me, his Galaxy Opal he's better than Bagley, but I'm not sure Obi Toppin in-game is going to be better than Draymond Green. But this card stats-wise is very similar. The real difference is the Opal obviously gets 15 halves versus 1. But, yeah, Obi Toppin's really solid. Again, if you like his Opal, you like this card. They feel very similar in game. OJ Mayo. Look, he's literally right-handed KP. he's like smaller and right-handed KPJ. They're clones of each other. He's literally just smaller and right-handed KPJ. So I can't not put him in A tier, even though I do not, like I am. I much prefer that release on lefty. Oscar Robertson, 6'5", B tier. 6'5", decent movement, decent release, overall decent player. Obviously, when he came out, he was quite a bit better than he is right now. But he's going to go B. Precious Achiuwa, get into A tier. Precious Achiuwa will shoot the ball really, really well from the corners. Is a really good defender. He's almost as good a defender as Jayshawn Tate in terms of stats-wise, but he's also 6'8" rather than being 6'4". Wingspan is pretty decent as well. I think it's like 7 foot. He will shoot the ball at a pretty okay rate. And again, Precious Achiuwa is a really nice card that came out yesterday, and yeah, just a good player. And we've got a person to join Hito and Worthless. Quentin Richardson is so garbage. He's so bad. The guy has got one of the most broken jump shots in the game, and the only thing he can do is shoot. Like, the only good stats this guy has are shooting, and he can't even shoot because of how bad his release is. Get your ass into Worthless tier. Jason Richardson, you are a garbage man. But speaking of someone that's not a garbage man, Rashard Lewis is into A tier. Rashard is so good. Rashard will shoot. Rashard will play a bit of defense. He's 6'10", and he is an absolute sniper base 4. Rashard Lewis could end up, like, when we go to our best 10, I think Rashard Lewis is better than Draymond. I think he's better at small forward than a lot of these other players. He might get moved up, honestly. RJ Hampton. Hampton's going to go... I'd be very tempted to move Hampton up to A. I'm going to move Hampton to B because Hampton's 6'6" with a good release, base 80. His movement's elite, great behind the back, unbelievable driving dunk. Sorry, he's 6'4". Yeah, no. Hampton's a B tier. He's 6'4". But I'm just saying, when Hampton gets like an amethyst, that's his normal height. Like, if he gets an amethyst or a diamond, that's his actual height of 6'6", and he gets his release bumped up to quick, and he keeps his dribble sigs, we're looking at one of the best point guards in the game. I'm just putting it out there. We are in that scenario. Scottie freaking Pippen. S. Still one of the best on-ball defenders in the game. Again, one of the most underrated players in my team. He can shoot. He can dunk. He's got the best behind the back in the game, and he's got one of the best defensive players in the game. He can switch on to bigs. He can guard point guards. He's got all the key defensive badges other than interceptor and half. I'm telling you, like, Scotty's still that dude. Scotty is well and truly still that dude. Sekou Doumbouya. He's like worse Aaron Gordon. So I'm going to put him a tier below Aaron Gordon. He's going to go C tier. Stephen Curry. Look, if you really want to use a Stephen Curry, he's basically the pink diamond. If you really, really want to use a Steph Curry, you just use him. I'm telling you. I don't think he's the most effective card in the world. Like, I much prefer John Wall. I much prefer Marcus Smart to Stephen Curry. But if you really like Steph Curry, be my guest. Be my guest. He's not even going to be that much worse than the Opal. Because, like, in terms of shooting, they're very similar. Obviously, the Opal's a better defender, but no Steph's play good defense. So, yeah, B tier for Stephen Curry. Stromal Swift is going to go B tier. His stamina is a huge issue. Like, Stromal Swift actually kind of has everything. So, he has a really nice release. So, you can green very easily with him. Like, I was playing around with him, and with that Gallo base on quick, he greened a lot, even though he had a 73 ball. But there was just something about his stamina that was an issue. He has 90 stamina, but he got gassed quick. He got gassed really, really quick. He might be his player build, but again, he's got like shifty Pro 3 behind the back. He's like Maurice Lucas in terms of stats. He's very similar to Maurice Lucas actually, but I think he moves a bit better. But yeah, Stromal Swift B tier. He's solid. Taco, I gotta put Taco in B tier. He's only 40 something speed and can paint match people. I mean, maybe you want me to put Taco in C, that's fine, but I'm putting Taco in B tier. Taco's so much bigger than Nevid as well. Like, Taco's 7'6", like an 8'4" wingspan, something stupid like that. Taco's just huge. He's gonna go B tier. Thon, I'm gonna put in C. I think he's just too weak. He's just too weak to run a center. He's not good enough on defense to play power forward. I don't rate him this year, which is a pity. Because I've liked Thon Maker in other years, but nah, Thon is gonna go C tier. Pink Diamond, specifically Pink Diamond, Thurl, S. Doesn't matter if he's Pink Diamond, does not matter if he's Opal. Thurl is still insane in this game. Thurl is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. So let's see what players we need. So we've got... We just need a 2-guard. And it's going to be Tyler Hero. So we're finishing with S tier. It's going to be Tyler Hero, who I think is slightly better than... I think Tyler Hero is slightly better than Derek Anderson. So we got Jeremy Lin, obviously you wouldn't run this as your team because the pieces just don't fit because you've got like 4 creators and no real defender. But like Jeremy Lin, Irving, Hero, Buddy, Lamar, Scotty at the 3. Or if you want to run basically two of these guys, whichever ones you want to run them in whatever their positions. Scotty definitely at the 3. And Lamar, Thurl, and Karolinko 1 to 3, 2 of those guys at the 4. And then Lamar Zoldrin and Josh Smith at the 5 because, well, I think I don't want to bring Greg Oden up because there's so many good power forwards there. Kukoc, A. I really like his release. Like, I know Ty doesn't like this card and has made people think he's a bum, but like, stats-wise, he's almost as good as Lamar Odom. Badges-wise, he's almost as good as Lamar Odom. And in-game, for me, he's not almost as good as Lamar Odom, but he's good. He's a damn good card, and I don't care what anyone says. He is a damn good card. So Tony Kukoc get into A tier. Tony Allen, he doesn't play offense. So as I always say, D for defense, D for tier. Any player who does not play offense in 2K, I don't care how good they are on offense, I'm going to put in D tier from now on. Or how good they are on defense. Because like you can have bad defensive stats and still play mediocre defense because of the way the AI works. If you can't do anything on offense, you're going to be a liability. So, yeah, I'm going to put him in D tier. Again, maybe he should be in a higher tier. But, like, for me, he's better on defense than Jordan, but barely. But Jordan is way better on... Screw up. Tony Allen, go C. I don't like Vernon Maxwell at all. D tier. I really don't like this card. Oladipo's going high B. If Oladipo could play point guard, he'd be A. Honestly, if Oladipo could play point guard, he'd be pushing S. Problem is, small forward, 2 guard, and he's only 6'4". He's basically like the Dwayne Wade Pink Diamond card. They're very, very similar in terms of overall in-game attributes, in terms of overall in-game badges. The difference is that, obviously, Oladipo cannot play the point guard, which is where really the only position you're going to be playing Wade. Unselled, he's 6'7". Decent power forward. He's nowhere near Draymond. He's nowhere near... I don't think he's anywhere near Draymond, in my opinion. I don't even rate him as high as Bagley, but he's got that good release. I'm telling you, if we do get a Wes next season, trust me, he'll be good. Then we have got Willie Cauley-Stein. He's going to go A. He's going to go low A. He's super fast center. He dunks it well. The only reason he's not even in the conversation for S tier is he's a 28 steal. If they give him an 80 steal, he'd be S tier. I'm not even kidding. He can kind of shoot the ball as well. Like, he's a better shooter than Wilt. Like, if he had like an 80 steal, he legit would be the budget Wilt. Even though I did make a video calling him the cheap Wilt. But he is a good card. Yeah, he's a good card. So, anyway, this is the tier list. Bottom tier, we got these two. D tier, we got these guys right here. C tier, we got all of these guys probably led by, I'd say, Coutinho, Mobley, and Jeff Green. Probably the best players in this tier. B tier, I mean, you could argue Steph Curry up. Maybe Jay Sean Tate. Wiggins definitely is a good player here. So is Aaron Gordon. JT Thor is good. Fultz. Like, there's a lot of decent players in this tier. And then A tier and S tier are really like where the real elite budget cards come from. These are my best 10 in my opinion. Has to be 2 per position. Cards that can maybe feel hard done by are really Kevin Porter Jr., Rashard Lewis, Derek Anderson. You can maybe argue Wall. And if we're looking at big guys, in my opinion, Odin's probably the best one who didn't make it. Or Precious Achua, maybe. If you want to put him in a center instead of Marcus Aldridge, I just prefer Aldridge. And I just want a kind of actual guy you would play a center because no one's run Josh Smith center. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. This is the tier list of budget players. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.